What's up, guys? We got Nick Vasquez. I'm talking him into getting a little bit of better diesel fuel here in California. They have HPR diesel, and he's gonna do some testing for us and see if it makes any difference with his truck.
We'll see if the difference is I can get a full tank off of $125 or not.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I know, yeah, it's $639 here, but it is cheaper than the regular diesel number 2 at Show though. So I think it was like, I think I saw $725. It's $639 here. They're deleted. Yes, they were. So yeah, if you don't know, the diesel HPR, high performance renewable, increases power and torque, they say, but it has a higher cetane than regular diesel. Now that number on their website says 75 points or 75 plus, which is kind of insane. I will be honest, you don't need much more than 60. But what I was hoping to see here was lubricity, but they don't talk about this. But this is not biodiesel. Let me say that one more time. This is not biodiesel. So that is the main reason why you want to go with this if you live in California. Now it's not everywhere, but it is something to consider if you live like in areas like Fresno.
Card swipe number 2.
Yeah, I don't understand. There's a lot of things about California I don't understand. For example, guys, real quickly, they do put behind locked glass spray paint. I was like, who is stealing spray paint? I guess people are here. But real quickly, I'm sure you guys want to marvel at this guy's truck too. I mean, he has the Salta wheels. A lot of you guys are like, man, you should get the Salta wheels. And I will admit, man, those things look good. He did good, guys. Now, he is running a spacer to pull this out. Just there, a hair. You said you're at a plus 18 with these?
Yeah, so factory, they're positive 32, which equal 6.28. And so what I did, I had wheel spacers made by Bora. They do a really nice high-end wheel spacer, and I just because of me, I had custom 0.58s made specifically, so then it makes that wheel now equate to a 5.7, which is a very common, positive 18.
Yeah.
Very common on 18s.
Yeah.
So I wanted people to be able to see that this is a fitment.
Yeah.
Positive 18.
It's like flush with these a little bit wider fender flares too. Real quick, I want to show them real quickly. Oh yeah, that's clear too. So it's not green like, ultra low sulfur diesel. So that's a good indicator too that this is a good fuel as well.
I'm gonna pick up some horsepower or what?
I mean, they say you will. We're gonna find out here soon enough. I want to see if you're gonna get better fuel economy. That's what I'm really hoping to see. Because what you're getting right now with these 38s.
I'd say probably about 14.
Okay. Like if you're just cruising on the highway, like okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad, dude.
Realistic.
Yeah, realistic, yeah. So that was what? 125 plus 113.84. Man.
Let's not talk about it.
Let's not talk about it. Yeah, that is. But hey, remember, better performance and potentially, they don't say fuel economy here, but yeah, and they have good flex fuel here too, as they say. Although they do water down flex fuel in this state, they say. So you gotta be really careful when you get this stuff. Mr. Nick Vasquez.
Yeah.
You notice anything different?
Yeah, or coffee and water spilling all over the place. Good thing we weren't in your truck.
Hey, I've already spilled plenty of things in my truck, so we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this would have been all over the dash and the windshield in your truck from the other day when you hammered down out of the parking lot.
Hey, you told me to do that. That was all you.
And then you looked at me like, what did I do? Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah, that's what happens when you turn up your torsion keys on these X and ZR2 trucks. Just saying, I think that if you haven't watched that video, you should definitely go check it out because I learned a lot that day. And I learned that I will never do that again. I won't even do that on a regular AT4 in Denali, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful with how much you take up the front ends.
But I will say, man, with those 38s, I mean, you're getting 12.
Well, that's just in town off the stoplights.
Well, you're averaging 19.6 miles an hour. So we're just stopping and going in the city, and he's getting 12 with a emissions compliant truck. So that is pretty dang good on 38s, lifted to 4 inches total. So yeah, I think that if you are someone who's really trying to get the most out of your truck, if you live in California, there's a lot of stations that do have B5 or B20, and if you don't drive a lot of miles, that fuel does oxidize within about a month or so. So the requirements for these diesel engines, whether it be GM, Ford, Ram, they all have a little different way of doing it or process. Some of them will tell you to drive that truck until you get all of that biodiesel out and then refill. Some will tell you to remove your fuel tank and drain it. That is the other alternative. And the reason why is because it could clog up your fuel filters, because as that fuel as it ages, basically, it can start to turn into like a thick substance. So again, my humble opinion is, if you live in California and you're close to what was it, Propel? Yeah. And then I think 76, they may have a renewable, but you want to make sure it's not an R95, because R95 means they have biodiesel in it. So you want to avoid that biodiesel mixture. B20 is a biodiesel mixture with diesel number 2. And yeah, like again with renewable as well. So it could be R95 or it could be B20 in the fuel. So again, I want to see your thoughts. I think that if you have time to do something on your way home and you want to talk about this, I want to see if you notice a difference with like your performance. The first thing I noticed with my truck was it got a little bit quieter, and I'm not seeing as much black smoke, because you guys know my truck has an issue with black smoke right now. So yeah, weight loss program, things like that.
So less black smoke, so you're not as cool being deleted then? Because, I mean, the deleted guys all are about black smoke.
Oh yeah. Hey, you don't want to roll coal. I mean, roll coal is for 18-year-olds and younger. So yeah. Once you turn 20, I mean, you want to try to.
Well, the reality too is that if you're blowing black smoke, you're wasting fuel.
Absolutely. You have a bad tune on your truck too.
That too.
Yeah. Now you're going to get a little bit like, when you're defueling, but regardless of it, when you're going down the highway, you shouldn't be seeing black smoke coming out of your truck. I mean, even when I give it, wide open throttle, sometimes there's no black smoke coming out. So, and that's what you want with your tune. So, if you're looking to do weight loss or deleting, whatever you want to call it, make sure you get a good tuner. I have Diesel R Corp, and they have been absolutely amazing. I have about almost 10,000 miles on my truck since I've gotten a tune, and no problems. So far, so good.
Yeah, she sounds good.
Oh man.
You're making me jealous.
Oh yeah. And and I want to respond too, like, now that I have the 38s, my fuel economy has gone down significantly. So I'm getting about 20 right now, like if I'm just doing like just normal conservative driving. And I was getting about 18 on the way here because I was going 90 miles an hour. Although you said I was going faster because of my speedometer with my 38s.
Yeah, but you do know that if you delete it, you're more inclined, especially when it's new delete,
yeah,
and the newness hasn't worn off, you're more inclined to get on the gas because it's so much funner to like just, you got that extra power.
Absolutely. And you got to keep in mind too, I mean, if you're comparing your truck with mine, my truck has an additional 125 horsepower. So I'm actually burning more fuel just simply because I have more performance. I mean, it's just like if you were to compare a sports car to a economy car, what's going to get better fuel economy?
The fuel table is more aggressive on your truck for that performance.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, 100%. So yes, even if you think you're getting the same fuel economy, you're not, first and foremost. But the other part of it is I do have more performance with my truck too. So there's that. So 13.5 miles to the gallon. And you're gonna do a follow-up for us? Let us know what you think.
Yeah, so after this, I gotta run home. Obviously, I got a nice little jaunt home, so that'll give me a good understanding. I mean, I'll probably burn through this tank pretty close to being done. No, I'll probably still have a little bit, but I'll have a good understanding of what's going on. So, like, we'll talk next, at the end of the week or whatever, and see how it is. But no, I'm really curious. There's a lot of information. I appreciate like the breakdown of it because it's been a few years since I've been in a diesel, so like all this newer stuff that's all of a sudden popped up compared to how it was years back. It's definitely something to understand, so you can get the most out of your vehicle. It's like changing your oil. Do you do it every 10,000 miles or do you do it every 5,000 miles? And if you're more like inclined to just stay on top of your stuff, you're going to do it for 5,000 miles.
Absolutely.
So why not pay attention to your fuel that you're putting in your truck?
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. This is probably the only time you'll hear me say this. I'm very jealous of California. I just am. You cannot get HPR in the state of Utah. I hope they change that soon. You guys know I get my fuel from Costco because they are basically top tier for diesel. They're like the only one in the area that has that. But I don't really see any significant difference between that and any other place. They say they do have some benefits. I'll show it to you here. But when I ran that high performance renewable at Propel, I saw a huge decrease in black smoke. Huge decrease. And I will have Nick Vasquez come back and do a follow-up on his channel. So be sure to check out his channel, and I'll hopefully get him to do a follow-up video on the fuel. I will admit though, this footage is like 2 months old, if not older, like probably almost 3 months old probably at this point. So yeah, he did notice a difference. Last time I talked to him, he says, yeah, maybe I'll do a video. But overall, if you are someone who's new to diesel, as I said in this video, biodiesel has a 30-day-ish life expectancy. So you're supposed to burn that fuel out and then fill it with like a number 2 diesel because it has a longer life expectancy. I think it's like 6 months maybe for diesel number 2. But you have to be mindful, does it have any biodiesel blend in it? You want to avoid that. Now, even if you're running the HPR from Propel, I highly recommend you run some type of additive in your truck. I do use the Lorenzo fuel additive from Insane Diesel. You can find it on my website. It's really good stuff. And the way this stuff bonds with the fuel in your tank is why I use it. So here it is. My website's down below. Sorry about the wind. It is super windy here in Utah, like every day. Wind. And I also use their engine oil too, which is the Lorenzo's with tungsten. So I highly recommend, check out my website. You can get all that off of there. The tungsten that they use in their oil is probably the main reason why I'm confident that my truck will easily go 300, 400, 500,000 miles without any issues, simply because I won't have the wear items that you normally have over the course of the mileage. But yes, it's very important more than ever to do your research, because biodiesel has different standards than like number 2 diesel. You should ask yourself the question, why is that? But the answer is clear, because they're trying to make it harder for people to own these things. And I know that that sounds stupid, like why do they care? Trust me, there's a lot of reasons why people care, right? So I highly recommend, do your research. I'm hoping that the more we talk about these things, right, you would be shocked at how much things can change just simply because we're making it known, right, to avoid biodiesel. And then hopefully fuel stations will change and say, hey, we want less fuel with biodiesel, or we'll give an alternative fuel. Because in a lot of cases, when I go to Costco, I don't notice a big difference in my fuel. So if I go to Sinclair, which they do add biodiesel, it smokes just like the one at Costco. So the only reason why I go there is because their diesel is a little bit cheaper. But they claim R99, and I'm not really seeing that to be true, because if it is the case, then why is it not performing at least similar to what the Propel high performance renewable is? So hope this video was helpful. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure bell notifications are on. See you guys soon.